Welcome to Laurel Smith of Chicago, Illinois, nonprofit home video and artworks creations. In this particular video, we will be looking at Mars' new Curiosity rover, SOL 103 land surface pyramids in Africa, where we see pyramid that have an apex. This puts us into a 20 to 50,000 year time frame that connects the stone face on Mars embryonic origin of the book of Genesis 2:7, normally the African Adam. It puts the colonization of Africa in a time range window of 20 to 50,000 years ago. Now, when we talk about there was people living on Earth before the civilizations of Ham, step pyramid rose upon the entire land surface all over the earth. This is where, when we go back to the Dome of the Rock 784 Babylonian step pyramid image, we see the E upper top area of the step pyramid. Now remember, the visual image of a black African step pyramid civilization of Ham in the Middle East, in Iraq, where Babylon is located, the home of the first black African step pyramid civilizations of Ham. This decodes the Dome of the Rock outer wall stone rectangular window image in Jerusalem, where we see African Adam globe earth step pyramid Mercator projection to the Mars face. Now, when we look at the rover image, we see the fore area of the Queen's Chamber wall niche. Now, the 33 area would be the 90-degree face of the Giza pyramid. And if you look at the 33 area, you're going to see a left and right eye over the white 33 image on the pyramid. So when we look at NASA's new Martian pyramid 72 globe earth 784 step pyramid Mercator projections, we're talking about decoding the Dome of the Rock globe earth step pyramid Mercator projections of the book of Psalms 105th chapter and 23rd verse. So we're talking about the 12 Islamic Aramaic Dead Sea Scrolls speaking sons of Jacob, leaving Iraq, crossing the Euphrates River in the Middle East, and now we see the first black African step pyramids in South Saqqara. Now when we go to Ethiopia, we see the same cross-shaped building structure in Lalibela. If you fly over that stone cross-shaped building structure that was carved out of solid bedrock and look straight down upon it, you're looking down upon the Babylonian cross image of Nibiru. This is where we used ancient archaeological data in Iran and to decode in Iraq and South America and Pumapunku to decode the cross image of Nibiru, which appears in the Ethiopian cross-shaped building structure in Lalibela. Architectural building construction. Now, when we talk about the looking down upon the cross-shaped building structure in Lalibela, we see the Dome of the Rock 74 step pyramid surrounding its base. So we actually see the image, the visual image of 5 blocks, the blocks the Giza pyramids is made of. So 5 blocks stacked on top of one another on the left and right side that they form a step that you walk upon on the left and right side. Now the Dome of the Rock rectangular window image that surrounds the entire outer wall surface area, it has dual Babylonian step pyramids. They have 2 Babylonian step pyramids connected at their bases. So this decodes Nibiru in outer space. The 784 Babylonian step pyramid image in Iraq connects to all the step pyramids on the earth. Now when we talk about the Queen's Chamber wall niche appearing on Mars in the Curiosity rover SOL 103 image, we're looking at an African pyramid on Mars that has an apex, which brings us back to that 50,000 year time cycle. It could be 100,000 years, okay? But when we talk about pyramids that have apexes in Africa to the pyramids that have apexes on Mars, we're talking about the colonization of Earth, of African Adam in the book of Genesis, which brings us back to the Tower of Babel. So every Sunday school minister or preacher speaks about the Babylonian step pyramid civilizations in the Bible. But they don't make a mention of African Adam. They have this vague image. They have this vague image of a Caucasian Adam, or a Caucasian Eve, or a Caucasian Jesus Christ. All these images are a part of the false man-based religion. Okay, this is the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible lie, in theological racism by Daniel 8:12, Greek and Roman conquerors over the biblical Holy Land areas. So that would be the biblical Holy Land areas of Giza, Gaza, Gath, Palestine, Ethiopia, and Jerusalem. So when we see the African Sphinx of Genesis 49 chapter and 8 verse scriptural reference on Mars next to African pyramids that have apexes, we go back in time to Babylon, and we rewind from ancient Egypt, where we see pyramids that have apexes, and we go back to Babylon, where we see the oldest of step pyramids. Now, the oldest of the step pyramids on Earth look like they have a stone ramp or wedge in front of the step pyramid. These are the step pyramid cuneiform like ruins in the mountains of Afghanistan. And in the mountains of Afghanistan, we see African Adam within the rectangular area of the 1, 2, 3 Giza Pyramid apex area. Now remember, if you're looking at the 1, 2, 3 Giza Pyramid straight forward, you see a lightning bolt. But they are the steps of the step pyramid that we see in the Dome of the Rock outer wall, 74 Babylonian window image. Now, that means if you look at the corner of the Giza pyramids, in this video, you're going to see 1, 2, 3 triangles. But if you look at the corner of the Dome of the Rock octagonal building structure rectangular window frame, Central Babylonian step pyramid, you're going to see 1, 2, 3 triangles. This is where we use archaeology and geography, in which decodes the theological concept of African Adam connected to the Dome of the Rock. Now, when we look at the Ethiopian cross-shaped building structure in Lalibela, we see the same thing. Babylonian 784 step pyramid surrounding the cross-shaped base of the cross-shaped building structure in Lalibela. Now, the cross-shaped building structure in Lalibela represents the Babylonian step pyramid temple walls in Iraq in the Middle East. Cross image of Nibiru. This is where the horizontal area of the cross represents a 339 extraterrestrial, a god of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that imprisoned a six-finger Roswell alien called Enlil. So the Babylonian characters is the extraterrestrial alien 33, which is a three-finger and one thumb, blackish gray extraterrestrial that created the normal-headed African Adam. Now, when we look at the devil character, we're looking at Enlil. And Enlil is connected to the 1947 six-finger fallen Roswell alien. Now, we have the picture of the 1940 UFO crash in South America in the desert of New Mexico. And this shows a naked, this six-finger Roswell alien had 5 fingers and 1 thumb on the left hand, no sex organs, no hair, and he looked like a naked white man with a bulging belly. So the Caucasian devil has been exposed in the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible. As we look at take a dollar bill out your back pocket and turn it over, you see that the African pyramids on Mars and in Africa, and connected to the Jerusalem Temple Mount 74 Babylonian step pyramid image of the 12 sons of Jacob. This is where we see a Caucasian eye trying to take over the 1 John 1:1 15 billion year old sun throne that exists in the black outer region of space before it created the 5 billion year old world and the 9 planets. So this is the biblical light to life, every man that cometh into the world, that we see as the sun in outer space, shining 93 million miles away across the black outer region of space. Now at 12 o'clock noon, we see the African pyramids on the back of the dollar bill, except it doesn't have a Caucasian eye at the apex area in front of the sun. This will be the six-finger Roswell alien descendant. That's why the Bible referred to the number of the beast as the number of a man, 666. And this man is connected to naked-looking Roswell aliens that look like Europeans with bulging bellies. Now, this naked-looking Roswell alien appears on the Babylonian step pyramid temple walls as a six face. It looked like a Caucasian face upside down, a bald-headed Caucasian devil. When we go back to Mars Curiosity rover SOL 103 image, we see a winged sun disk in back of African pyramid as Sphinx. Now, the African Sphinx in Egypt is seen on Mars next to the African pyramid